right, so we in, okay? Everything is good. Okay?
Why is everything
This
good?
Saturday, we got a shipment out. I told you, the Latinos. We're gonna be working with them. Actually, they're kind of like gonna be like, you know, give us like $2 or $3 million for some drugs. All right. So we in. So this Saturday, we're gonna start everything. Already got cats. The movie is called Hood Rats: The Great Turnaround. We shot this film on location in New York City housing projects called Amsterdam Housing Projects. But in the film, I talk a lot about a housing project I came out of called Sumner Housing Projects. Alright, I need you to do your thing, get your piece of cue, because now it's getting hectic out here. Word. And I'm gonna let a nigga know what a real OG is about. Brooklyn style, Sumner Project style. Buck, 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 buck. So the film, even though it's made in a different location, I'm basically representing and talking about where I came out of. The neighborhood I came from.
What's the party without hot dogs? I like the bread.
You got Joe from the For Real. Now, I was never of that criteria in those projects. I grew up in Sumner Housing Projects in Brooklyn. One of the toughest projects you can want to live in Brooklyn, in New York, probably in the world. But I portrayed a character similar to like what I grew up around. I made this film because I wanted to do something different. You see, I'm a comedy person. I do comedy, okay? Not stand-up comedy, but acting comedy, you know? And I pretty much wanted to like play a bad guy, which I love playing in roles. I love playing bad people. I love it. It's just me. I just love to play a bad guy. And I pretty much wanted to bring a story to this. I was just gonna call it Hood Rats, and that's it. But then as I continue to go on and role play and everything, I begin to get a new idea. And I wanted a happy ending instead of a sad ending. Because when you do movies like this in the hood, especially in the projects, you know, which you can't get no hooder than that. I mean, you could do movies in any hood about any hood. But when you do it in the housing projects, especially up in New York City, that's known to be like the toughest projects in the world and all projects around the universe, I mean, you really got something. And I kind of wanted to do something different. I didn't want to do the same thing I've been doing for a while. You see, I don't want to stereotype myself, and I don't want to get typecast as well. So I pretty much wanted to bring a little bit more to the big screen that, you know, than the normal film that you would see in the inner city. That's why when I did the film, I put, you know, drug dealing in it, a little bit of weed smoking, you know, making jokes, which is my co-star Jasmine Johnson. Personally, let me get a light. Let me get a light.
You still, you working?
Yeah, you know me. Come on now, Lise. You know me. I always do my thing. Come on.
You know they hiring at the Old Navy print. You can hire.
Old Navy?
Yeah.
Please.
Maybe burn my finger.
Oh, my bad.
You gotta hold it. Look at you. You gotta hold it high.
You know what?
That's what you get for messing with them Puerto Rican cigars.
This is Cuban.
You got that from the bodega. That's Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican,
that's
Dominican.
That's a light-skinned cigar. That's why it's acting up.
It doesn't. What you call me earlier? You call me what? Raymond?
My bad. You're not one of my baby daddies yet. My bad.
Just get that right, all right?
My bad.
I ain't that other nigga you been messing with. And I seen her stand up. She is very funny. Very funny. Come over here closer. Jasmine and I met on the set of another web series, I should say TV series, being pitched for Netflix now, or some other, other TV stations as well. And her and I was doing like a role play we was doing, for like a scene. I think I was playing her boyfriend or something like that, or her husband, matter of fact. And when I first saw her, I was like, she can do something. Like, she got some talent. Now, mind you, I didn't even know who she was at first. I just, came to the set that day and just, director, Matthew Shields, he, introduced me to the cast and everything. We all introduced ourselves, and I saw her, and I was like, after we did that role play, and I was like, I'm doing my own thing, and I like to, having to work with you, have you to work with me. If you want to boost your, your career, you want to get your acting role. She said, sure, no problem. So we exchanged business cards and everything. We finished up for the day on the set, what we was doing, and then, I contacted her, emailed her, text her, called her, and we set up a date when to actually, come down for an audition her, and then bam, she passed the role. Now, mind you, here's the thing, the tricky thing. I'm doing a movie about a drug dealer, okay, in the projects, some of the housing projects, okay, and which relates to all projects, not just the neighborhood I came out of, okay. I'm being serious, and she's joking around, and I'm like, are you serious? To myself, I mean, well, I wouldn't say, are you serious? I mean, I wouldn't say it like that. My attitude was like, I'm doing a drug dealer movie. I'm trying to be serious, and you joking around. And I was about to tell her, look, be serious. I don't want you to joke. But something told me, it's like, God would tell me, no, let her do her thing. Let her act. Let her do the comedy. So I was like, okay, do it. Because you never really saw that before. A drug dealer movie in the city, in the projects, okay? A drug dealer being serious, trying to be a drug dealer, and yet then your compadre, your drug dealer co-worker, is making jokes. I'm like, I'm up here trying to start an empire. I'm trying to be like the next Frank Lucas or Frank Matthews or Nicky Barnes, in the hood, and you up there making jokes, It's like I got Eddie Murphy on the side of me cracking jokes about this. I'm like, come on now, we got to do this. You making jokes, but you know what? She brought a lot of flavor to what I was doing. She did. She brought a lot of flavor. When I was trying to be serious, yo, my nigga, even though I was using the N-word a lot, and I probably shouldn't have, but, people in the inner city could relate to that. They relate, guys in the street, yo, my nigga, yo, what's going on? So I try to portray the character that really goes on in reality, in real life, and bring it to film. So somebody out there who's like that could watch it, be like, yo, man, that's about me. You talking about me? Oh, for real, I'm just like that. You know what I'm saying? And, yo, his girl is funny. She mad funny. Lady K. Yeah, but she brought a lot of flavor to what I was doing. And I really appreciate that. Because when you got good talent like that, okay, and especially this is all improvisation. This is mostly all improv. No scripts or nothing. I normally work with scripts. Either I write it myself or one of my writers, Jeanette Davis, she will write it. But I kind of wanted to do a little something different this time. It's like God was telling me, do it different. Do it improv. Because I was doing scripts so much, and I still do scripts, but from the past, my actors wasn't getting their scripts, their lines right, and then bring their scripts and everything. I was just going through so much with that. So I said, something, I wanted to freestyle. That's what it is. Improv is like freestyle and acting. Like I think they said the late Biggie Smalls, Notorious, he made a whole album from the top of his head. It just started rhyming, flowing, and it just came out good. And I'm not trying to follow in that footstep, but I'm just trying to in acting, I'm trying to do a little something different. Because you have actors and actresses and models that does improv, and they do little pieces here, and they do it on a piece of paper, on a script. They read the script first, then they throw a little ad word in there, and then some don't read the script, and they just throw something in there, then they go back to reading the script, which is okay, and if that's your prerogative, what you can do. But when you got a script, when you got a script in your head that you don't have that's non-scripted, well, that's what I mean, a script that's non-scripted, when you got it all down pat, you just role play, you just improvise it, you just glean off from one another, and you do good for a whole movie. I ain't talking about a 5 minutes or 2-second piece. I mean a whole full-length feature. You held it down. We filmed for so many days, almost a couple of months. And every time we met up, you had something different to say that wasn't even written. Psst, I applaud you. I give you a standing ovation, okay? A standing ovation. You are an Oscar nominee winner already in my sight. I'm telling you right now. And that's what Jasmine Johnson brought. And I truly appreciate that, because that shows true talent. That shows good talent, straight up.
Yo, what's poppin'? What's happening, man? What's poppin'? what's
Oh,
poppin'?
dude.
What's up, man? What's Gucci,
Yo,
man?
what's happening, man?
Shit, man, I'm out here in the field, man. You
Y'all
know?
heard, man. Y'all heard you doing some good stuff up here, man.
Facts,
Heard
facts.
you the man now up in Brooklyn, man.
Got the whole battle, the whole Brooklyn.
What?
The whole Brooklyn, man.
Yo, my nigga,
Facts.
yo, congratulations. I'm glad to hear that. It's kind of good. On the set of the from